Menu now. Eh? What's wrong with this thing now? My screen is. Oh, wow. If you can see the light. So we are ready. We are ready. All right, amazing people. Hello and welcome to another live session with us. So my name is Samuel from living here in Delta State, and I'm a real estate consultant here. And also, I'm here to educate you on the things you need to know before you can start investing into Delta State real estate. As you know, every state has the way they operate. So we're here to educate you on things you need to know before you can invest into Delta State. All right. So there's this one question that our viewers have been asking: why are people investing into real estate? Why are investors heavily moving into Asaba, to be precise? And I'm here with Ima Okonkwo, Emmanuel Okonkwo,
Okay.
aka Ima of Medichi, an executive here at Medichi Homes, living right here in Asaba. All right. So, like I said, we are here to tackle one particular question. Why Asaba?
Yeah.
So, I'm going to be throwing this question at him and he will be doing justice to it. So, Mr. Konko, what makes Asaba a good place for real estate investment?
Okay. Asaba has seen significant improvement in terms of infrastructure.
Okay.
We talk about roads, we talk about schools,
Yeah.
we talk about hotels.
Okay.
Like the government of Asaba has poured a lot of it has poured half of their almost half of their budget in infrastructure,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So making Asaba is a okay. Sorry for that little disturbance. So making Asaba, right, a hub of commercial activity,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
And now, as development spreads outward from the city, areas that were considered far
Okay.
are now what becoming attractive. So they are attracting investment in that same location.
That means
Let,
population growth is actually
yes,
setting.
let's take for example places like Isila Asaba,
Okay.
Otulu,
Mm,
all those places are far from Asaba.
yeah.
Even Abono,
Yeah.
where we have the College of Nursing Sciences,
Yeah.
all those places are seen as the outskirts of Asaba. So most people will consider it as okay, this is far, right? But because of this infrastructure that I've mentioned, like good roads, there is a dual carriage road, particularly in Abono as we speak.
Yeah.
Dual carriage road that is linking to places like Kwale, Sapele, you know, Abono, um, connecting to Warri, Bayelsa, right? And then also a huge College of Nursing Sciences that is proposed to be a University of Medical Sciences and also house a big general hospital. We have properties there, but it is located in the outskirts of Assam, right? So now, because of the reason of these infrastructures, demand for land is going up there. I remember the last time that we sold, as of 2 years ago, we sold properties in that same location. I'm talking about Apollo. In that same location for as low as 750,000. 750,000.
Okay.
But fast forward today, even today, I went to that location today because today we had our inspection here at Medichi Homes. I went to that location and I was marveled. I was like, wow. So you now see because of the presence of a tertiary institution, the presence of a good access road, and some other infrastructures that are coming there, and of course, with the presence of other real estate companies that are creating, pushing
Yes,
development there, the
exactly.
demand for that particular place have increased. The minimum to buy a property there, the minimum is 3 million naira just to buy a property there, minimum.
Yeah.
So you now see how um, Asaba is pushing, like
Massively growing.
it's massively growing. But these are places that many people consider as being far. As so that's my take on that.
Okay. So he has done a lot of justice to that. So the population, the what makes Asaba a good place for investment is due to the massive development that is coming into
Yeah,
the city.
yeah.
All right.
And of course, population is also a factor, right? Population is also a factor. But I would like to show you this question, sir. Is population growth really affecting property prices in Asaba? Sorry.
Okay. Yes, definitely. In any city, in any place, in any location, wherever it may be, whether Asaba or not, so far the population growth, people are migrating into that location. Definitely, housing demand would increase. Lands around that area would increase because businesses will come in, right? Education will come in, government activities will come in. So all of these things make a particular location to massively increase population growth. It makes a place to increase in value. Okay, let's take for instance, currently I researched about the population of Asaba.
Mm.
Guess how many persons are in Asaba, Delta State? 480,000 persons.
Wow. And there is
So
also an increase in birth rate.
exactly.
Wow.
So all of these factors, this particular factor alone will make business.
All right, let's
All right.
continue.
So sorry we had
All right, let's
all right.
continue.
So sorry we had a glitch, but we are back again.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, population growth is one of the factors that make a particular location, whether Asaba or not. But
Mm.
the good thing about this is that it is affecting Asaba
Mm.
positively.
Wow. Wow.
Yes. So population growth is one of the factors that make a housing demand to move up, and it's making Asaba to boom. It's
So
true. It's true that Abuja is still one of the best cities we have in Nigeria. Yeah, followed by Lagos, if you should ask me. But Asaba is gradually marching up to
yeah,
that level.
because of um, Asaba is sitting at the center of both the south and the east.
Exactly.
So people are migrating
Exactly.
into Asaba.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very nice. That's a very very nice. Hold on.
No, don't. Okay. So the what we are talking about today, for those that are just joining us in this live, is why Asaba. Why should people invest in Asaba? Why are people investing in
In
Asaba?
Asaba.
Because I made the research and I found out that so many investors, both in and out of Nigeria, are investing massively into Asaba, meaning that they are seeing something. So our topic this night is why are they doing this? Why are they massively investing? Right.
Mm.
So the third question that we have for today is what other opportunity does Asaba offer that many people overlook?
Wow. So like one of the opportunities that many people really overlook is the opportunity of land banking.
Land banking.
Yeah.
Can you throw more lights in that
Land
land banking?
banking. No, basically, land banking is where you buy a property. Basically, on the layman's term, you buy a property, you keep it for 5 to 10 years,
Okay.
and when development is there, you sell,
You sell and then make back.
and make more money. So
Okay.
now, land banking has proven over time as being the best route or the best pathway to becoming a millionaire in real estate. Most billionaires you see today, all of them ventured into land banking.
Land banking. Okay.
Like for example, now that the school, the property that we have in our board that I told you about that, we sold for 750,000 naira. Now imagine if you are the one that bought that place as of 2 years ago for 750,000, and
Mm.
fast forward to today, that place is currently selling at 3 million.
At 3 million. That's more than 200% return on
You
investment.
200% return on investment. So you now see what land banking can do. The person didn't sell, he just bought, secured the place, and then keep it.
You didn't have to develop
He
anything.
didn't have to develop. But you now see what 750,000 naira has increased from 750 to 3 million. Now, if the person is also patient enough to keep it for like 2 to 3 years, with the massive development that is happening in that street, that place will hit as high as 15 million.
Wow.
But this is something that you bought for 750,000.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
So land banking has proven over time to be the pathway of being a millionaire in real estate. So this is one of the opportunities that many people overlook.
Yeah.
Now, currently, we launched a new property at Olod that we are currently selling at the price of 750,000.
Okay.
Now, imagine if someone buys 6 plots or 10 plots, for example.
Okay.
The person buys 10 plots, for example. That is 8.5 million, right?
Yes.
For 10 plots.
Yeah.
For 10 plots. And now, imagine in the next 5 years when development is in that particular location.
Okay.
What do you think will happen?
It will definitely
Increase, right?
Yeah.
So you now see that you are making more money. Well, just 800, just 850,000. You are making more money. Now, the person can actually sell just one. Maybe, let's say, for example, you bought at 850 and 10 plus 8.5 million, and in the next 5 years, the place is selling for 10 million naira per plot.
Okay, let me say something to this. Say something to this. Let me clarify our viewers. Now, the property he's talking about is selling for 850, right?
Yeah.
Now, to get 10 plots is that should be 8.5 million.
Yes.
Right? Now, imagine in the next 2 years, just 2 years, this kind of a scenario, and it starts selling for 3 million. 3 million times 10, that's over 30 million.
30 million. That's the point I want to prove. That's the point that I want to initiate
Within
here.
the space of
Within
just 2 years.
2 years.
2 years.
You see, land banking
But that is more than
is
times
very
2
powerful.
of investment within 2 years.
Land banking is really powerful.
Okay.
So moving forward, some people ask,
Okay.
why do you often advise people not to wait before investing in Asaba?
Okay. I'm not going to dwell much on this. I'm only going to use a simple scenario that everyone is going to understand. Now, this happened to me. This happened to one of my friends. Okay. Now, the guy I once marketed to him, and he had the money then, but where to invest was the problem. He had the money. Whenever I go to him, trying to educate him on why he should invest, not only for himself but for his future generation to come, he would wave it off, and then we start talking about things that are not really relevant. So it happened that this guy, as of now, he doesn't have, he's no longer financially buoyant like the way he used to, and he's kind of struggling now. Now imagine that he bought, like, I was trying to educate him, and he bought them. Currently now, as he's struggling, he can decide to resell one of his properties and still bounce back again. So the reason why we advise people not to wait is that as you are waiting, places, government is increasing. It keeps on increasing. So that is why you should not be waiting.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That is very, very nice. You don't need to wait
And
for
also,
it to buy land.
let me say this. One thing you need to know is that you need the right information. Right information is what you need. Yes, because in every real estate company, there's what we call instrumental payment plan.
Yeah.
So if you cannot pay outrightly, you can use their instrumental payment plan, where you get to deposit a certain amount depending on the company you're working with. Here at Medichi Homes, you pay 50% of it, and then you spread the remaining 50 within 2 months. That's like a 3 month payment plan.
Yeah.
giving you a chance for small business owners to queue in and not to use their whole capital they use in running the business to invest into land. So it gives them the chance to use part of their money and then spread the remaining balance within 2 months. That's um, giving you more flexibility. Okay. So now the fifth one we're going to be tackling now is Asaba only for wealthy investors. Do you think that the Asaba market is only for those that are rich?
Well, you have already buttressed on that.
Okay, yeah,
When you talk about
yes,
small
small
business
business
owners,
owner, yes,
you know, the payment plan, flexible payment plan,
okay,
and all whatnot.
okay,
So, but it's not for only the wealthy.
okay.
Even you and I, okay, well, we already landowner. So anybody can become a landowner.
Yeah,
It's just with the right information, and with the right decision, and with the mindset, and of course with a feasible payment plan, you can
exactly.
become a landowner here in the city of Asaba.
Exactly.
So, lastly, before we go,
Okay.
if you had just one piece of advice for someone considering investing in Asaba, what would it be? If you had one piece of advice for someone.
Okay. If I have one piece of advice, I'm going to target this advice on people that think that they should have millions in their account before they can start investing. For the young generations, those that are in their 20s and they're seeing enough, they're kind of living large in their 20s. And at this stage, you think life is like that, it will keep on coming. There is this principle of money that if you don't use it well when it's there, by the time it will disappear, you're going to regret why you didn't utilize it as of that time. So my advice is going to go to the younger generations, especially those that are in their 20s, in their mid 20s, that are seeing enough funds now to invest. But one thing, they want to enjoy life
Enjoy life.
first before they can start looking into all these things. Hopefully, you understand?
Uh,
So my advice to them is to start.
yeah.
Look for a genuine real estate company and then you start. One plot, two plots, three plots. Before you know it, you can have about you can have acres in your name. And this does not just affect you. The Bible says that a good man leaveth inheritance for his children's children. So as you're not just doing it for yourself alone, but you're doing it for your children yet unborn. So by the time they come on board, they won't have to suffer.
Word. Somebody say power. So
So
we have come to the end of this live session, and I believe we have shared value to you.
okay,
All you viewers watching us right now.
yes,
You can actually start. You can start with us with an initial deposit of 500K.
yes.
You can become a landowner here in the city of Asaba, right? So if you found this valuable, please like, subscribe, and comment
And drop a comment.
drop a comment. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you very much for staying with us in this session.